think a lot of people, when they listen to this show, Sean, get very upset, especially the little Twitchies, whenever we discuss the struggles of the Houston Astros, who had a very disappointing weekend. And it's great to see that Ryan Presley was in studio with the guys from the bench, but he was part of some of the struggles for the Astros over the weekend. He was. I mean, look, it was a very frustrating weekend. They should have won on Friday. 4 times they blew it. Saturday, okay, they won. They barely won. I mean, J.P. France allowed 7 hits and 6 walks. And on Sunday, Shane Bieber put him away very easily. A day where they, for whatever reason, did not put Jose Altuve in the lineup and did not put Jeremy Pena in the lineup. A day that, for whatever reason as well, these already weird East Coast start times was moved up an hour because they were trying to avoid rain in Cleveland. So they lose 2 of 3. They've lost 6 of 8. Luckily, they're still 5 games back of the Texas Rangers in the AL West because the Tampa Bay Rays beat them up in 2 of the 3 games. So it's not like Texas gained any ground. At the same time, it's a frustrating stretch. I mean, really on Friday was the worst. Friday, I had a guest over, and we were going back and forth between making creme brulee and taking a look at what we were going to watch that night on TV. And I kept on looking over. Astros looked like they'd have a lead. 5 minutes later, I would look back. They did not have the lead. Very, very annoying. All that said, because I saw more people online panicking about the Astros than I've seen in the recent past. You're still not allowed to press any panic buttons because the Astros have done this several times. Sean, you just made an exasperated look.
I want to press the panic button.
Why do you want to press the panic button?
Because it's nice to feel something, you know?
It's nice to feel something.
Yeah, and when you feel the panic button, that it's nice.
Well, how are you doing where you feel like you want to feel something?
Not good. I mean, I'm still taking the DJ Khaled video pretty hard. I was really pulling for him to get on that wakeboard thing.
He's not dead.
Luckily.
He still has the ability to take away from the net American culture production of the United States. Like, he's definitely a detriment to our country, his existence. It's bad. No one likes him. He's terrible, and he provides no value. On top of that, he will not even please his lady, if you will. So, right, he is, like, when you are a fat slob like DJ Khaled, I'm sorry, there is no excuse. You go above and beyond to please your lady. I get it. He's rich. Great. That only goes so far in the getting yourself the happy town department. So all those shots at DJ Khaled aside, look, can't press the panic button when it comes to the Astros. You can't.
Oh, when it comes to the Astros. Okay.
No. So I took a look. Each of the years that they've gone to the World Series, 22, 21, 19, and 17. They've had stretches like this, multiple stretches like this in every single one of those years. 2017, June 6th through June 13th, they lost 6 of 8, which they just did. July 20th through August 12th, they lost 12 of 16. 5 of 6 from September 8th through September 13th. That's in 2017. In 2019, they lost 5 of 6 from March 29th through the 3rd of April. They lost 7 in a row, June 16th to June 23rd. They lost 6 of 7 in August. And then in 21, they had a bunch of losing streaks like this. They lost 9 of 10 to open up the month in April. They lost 6 of 7 in May. They lost 5 of 6 in June, 5 of 7 from August through September, then 5 of 6 in late September. And last year, they lost 7 of 9 in April. They lost 5 of 7 in June. They lost 6 of 9 from July to early August. This happens. It does happen. So I'm not going to press the panic button yet. And if we are going to go back to what we do, the Nick Cage scale of panic, I am right now at a 2, 1 through 5, 5 the highest. We're talking about like at the DEF CON levels. I believe, though, it would be in the other way if it's DEF CON, right? DEF CON, the low number is where you're concerned about the high number. We do it the opposite way because we're stupid and we didn't know any better when we put together the scale of panic. But we're sticking with it because I made a graphic and I spent way too much time on Photoshop creating it. We are at a 2 on the Nick Cage scale of panic. That sounds like this.
Excuse me, I have to use the little boy's wee-wee room.
You're feeling like you sort of have to tinkle. You might be on the verge of peeing your pants, but you're not quite there. And it's more due to Yordan Alvarez than anyone. We're not sure how long Alvarez is going to be out. there's no way in hell any of us are ever going to figure out that information. We're waiting for this week to get information about Lance McCullers, who got an MRI late in the week. That does not bode well. And, of course, we're still waiting to figure out what's going on with Michael Brantley, who on Thursday did a lot of things, but on Friday he got the day off from doing those things because they didn't want to give him too much work.
Do you think that Dana Brown's like a procrastinator? And he's like, listen, he won't be healthy in a week anyway. If I just say we'll have more information in a week, they'll stop asking me for the next week. And then he just does that until they're healthy.
Probably. I mean, here's the thing about it. I kind of like the mystery that they throw over everybody because it does bother the people that cover the team on a daily basis. And look, it's June. Again, like our alternative is talking about that fat slob DJ Khaled trying to wakeboard. Like that's what we have, right?
What's your favorite DJ Khaled song?
I don't know any of them.
Okay.
I just know he yells DJ Khaled at the beginning of every single song.
It's awesome.
Which to me, it's like, hey, I'm going to lick my hand and rub it all over this food and claim it as my own, even though it's not actually mine. Like I believe he is a net negative to society, and it's a shame that we have put him up on this pedestal when he can barely read. He speaks in like just nonstop positives online, and it's like, no, just stop talking. You just yell your name at the beginning of songs, right? Like people probably think the song "All I Do Is Win, Win, Win" is by DJ Khaled, but it's not. It's by somebody else. I don't even know who it's by. The problem is at the beginning of the song, he goes, DJ Khaled. So yeah. Look, I've got more energy for dumping on DJ Khaled than I do for getting frustrated with the Astros. The thing with Jordan is where you start hearing things like this from Dusty Baker. We might need to change our philosophy on offense. He said that going into Friday night's game. So Martin Maldonado tried to bunt 3 times on Friday. Hey, he successfully bunted 2 of those 3 times. The other time he fouled off, then he ended up, I think, striking out. They stole 6 bases on Saturday. They're going to have to do other things because the Astros offense is middle of the road at best, and that's with a healthy Yordan Alvarez. The statistics are 14th in runs, 22nd in OPS, 16th in home runs, and now Yordan's gone. So, all right, cool, more Yainer Diaz. Cool, more Mauricio Dubon, but I'm concerned. We'll see how long this oblique injury keeps Alvarez out. I would like to get him in touch with my Pilati Illuminati friends here in town. I know too many. I'm not going to call them basic. I know too many white girls who teach the Pilates. It seems like there are more teachers of Pilates than people that actually take Pilates. Could be wrong on that, but those people should get in touch with Yordan Alvarez. Who are we blaming for the loss yesterday? Asks Z Versace Z. Abreu, Dusty, Montero are always the go-tos. Well, it's always Montero's fault, as this program has established. It was a good weekend for Jose Abreu. He had 2 home runs. He has been hitting better. I don't know if he's hitting better enough to make you feel 100% comfortable at first base without making a move at the trade deadline, but he's hitting better all of a sudden. I think it was in Toronto. He said he felt like he was crappy at the plate.
Yeah, it was basically after the game where he got picked off on second. It was like oh my God, what is going on with this guy?
That was the motivation he needed.
Yeah, he wore it, but in the post game he was like, yeah, I've been sucking lately, and since then he's been, he's hit a home run like almost every game.
E315 blames Shane Bieber for Sunday's game. I would agree. Shane Bieber's really good, and it's someone that, I don't know if this is actually a report or a rumor, but that would be an interesting acquisition for the Astros at the trade deadline. I mentioned some of the things that Dana Brown, general manager of the Astros, has said about what the team is looking to do. He said that he likes the 3-man rotation that they have with Framber Valdez, Christian Javier, and Hunter Brown. Quote, but if we can add to that, that would be good. They're going back to the 5-man rotation now that they've finished the 17 games in 17 days stretch with Ronel Blanco, who did a very good job going back to the bullpen. I'm glad that he is at the very least leaving the door open, because this was something that I tweeted out on Friday. I think we all believed it would be possible for Christian Javier over the entirety of a year, if he was a starting pitcher, that he could put up similar numbers, maybe not the same numbers, but similar numbers to the numbers he had last year, where he was towards the top of all of baseball in strikeouts per 9 innings and walks, hits per innings pitched. Maybe it would go down a little bit. He wasn't quite, I guess, he hadn't pitched quite enough to qualify to be at the top of the rankings for those two metrics. But I thought that we would be getting more regular dominant appearances from Christian Javier. And the fact that you haven't, I feel like should have the Astros at the very least thinking about starting pitching options at the trade deadline. Your pitching has been, again, the strength of the team, even with some of the issues that you've seen from guys like Rafael Montero, and of course, maybe not consistent dominance from Christian Javier. And I would say of late, Hunter Brown coming back to earth a little bit, but he had a nice stretch before those last couple of starts that he had. So I like that they are at the very least saying aloud that's something that we're looking at. But as far as the actual lineup, Brown said, quote, "It may not be a bad idea to add a really good bat," before saying that the Astros are 30-4 when they score 5 or more runs. It changes a little bit on Friday. He said that on Thursday. But they're 14th in runs scored, 22nd in OPS, and 16th in home runs. They should be looking to add some sort of a rental bat. I just am assuming the worst when it comes to Yordan Alvarez. Let's just assume he's out for a month plus, right? Isn't that the safe way to go about it?
I think every injury with certain guys on the Astros, just assume it'll be like just 2x however long you think it's going to be.
Especially when you hear Dusty Baker before Sunday's game say this about Yordan Alvarez. That's a big man with some big muscles that he uses. He probably won't be back after the 10 days on the injured list.
I don't know how much science is in that.
That sounds like a lot of science, though. A big man with big muscles, and the big muscles, since they're bigger, take longer to recover.
To heal.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
We're doctors.
He's dropping big tree fall hard on us?
Essentially.
That's what he's saying?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?